For the ruffle of this dress, here, let's go look at a picture of it again. Come on, where's my pictures? There it is. Close. There we go. Okay. So let's find a picture of this dress. There we go. Getting close. Okay, so for this ruffle piece that we have here, we have two in the front. We have one that's on the bottom and one that's on the top. And then we have two in the back. One that's on the bottom and one that's on the top. So we're going to have a total of 4 of these ruffle pieces. Let's see if I have a picture of me measuring the ruffle piece. There's me measuring the waistband. There we go. So the ruffles were falling over, but if they would have stood up tall, we would see that the ruffles are 2 inches. So from this edge of the ruffle to this section, this seam right here where they sew into the skirt, that's 2 inches. Now, you might be able to see in this picture that they have sewn 2 pieces together right here on this edge. Instead of sewing 2 pieces together on this edge, we are going to just have this 2-inch piece and then a fold and then 2 more inches. So that's going to save us a really long seam on all 4 of these pieces. So 2 inches high on the fold, that's a total of 4. Let me go back. And then this ruffle piece is going to be the same length as this bottom piece here. So I'll go back this way. So it'll start, this is on this piece, this is where that tail was, and it'll go all the way around. So across the front and then across the back and around the side. So let's go back over here. You can probably already imagine what we need to do. So you remember this lower piece that I was just mentioning, the ruffle's gonna start there by that tail piece, and it's gonna travel all the way across this and then all the way to the other end to here where we're ending at our seam. So I haven't cut it out yet, but so you might remember too, if I go back over here, I had calculated for the lower skirt how much brown paper I was going to need. We can use part of that calculation to calculate how much dot paper we're going to need. So we need the same length as what we needed for the lower skirt because they're going to be the same length. And I just described that the ruffle is going to be 2 inches high, but it's going to be on the fold, so we need at least 4. And then usually the book recommends when you're making a pattern that you have a margin of 4. So if we use the book's method, then we need a piece that is 71 3/8. If you're using if your lower skirt is my same measurement, by 8 in height. So I need a really long strip of dot paper to make this ruffle. So I did get a really long strip of dot paper to match the length of my lower skirt. And now I need to just draw the edges of my ruffle. I also ironed this piece because it was really curly. Now I'm going to switch over to my other camera, which isn't as far away, but it does a nicer job of focusing. It doesn't like auto refocus and make us all dizzy. So now what I need to do is just draw the edges of my ruffle. So I'm going to start by just drawing one of the lines that's going to sew into the seam. And then, like I said, my ruffle is going to be 2 inches tall. So that's going to be where the fold is. And then the other side of my ruffle, which is also 2 inches. I'm just going to confirm where I need to be. So to here, that's 18 inches. Although I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of the paper, but I'm just using this to estimate. So I'm going to do this again. Get my paper to flow off the edge of my table here so that I can shift it for you. There we go. All the way to the end of my paper. And then I can draw the other side of my ruffle. So again, this is going to be on the fold when I sew it. So I'm going to cut this whole piece flat. Out of fabric. And I'm going to have 4 pattern pieces like this and 4 pieces cut out of fabric. So I don't like to usually use the edge of my paper. So I guess I'll start here. So I'll just come in a 1/2 inch. Should be more than I need. And then do that measurement again. So maybe I'll use my longer ruler for this. So this is 24. 48. So 48, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. I think that's longer than I need. Let's go back and look at my calculations. So I actually needed 67 and 3/8. So I will do two things. First, so I had to here was 48, 58, 68. What was it again? 67 and 3/8. Yeah, 67 and 3/8. Okay, so this here is 68. This is 67 and 3/8. So I'm gonna make a mark, and then I'm gonna compare it to my lower skirt. Well, it's a straight line, so I can use the edge of my paper. It'll be fine. So there's my 1/2 inch margin. What I do? My pencil is hiding under here somewhere. There it is. So check over here again, make sure I'm right on. Okay, so you can probably see there's the strip that was my old center, and then here's where my new center is. Okay, so new center, and I guess here is where my end is. So I'm going to make these the same. Oh yeah, there's my mark that I made, so pretty close. So now I have my ruffle marked out. So I'll go ahead and cut that out. Now I'll cut out the other side. All right, so it still needs seam allowance and notches, and the correct quantity of pieces, but for now I have at least the finished shape of my ruffle pattern. And these are finished measurements, meaning this is cut measurements, I guess. No, neither. It's the pattern shape before seam allowance. We'll just leave it at that. And like I said, ultimately, I'm gonna need 4 of these because of the way I cut it. So I have created my wrong way. Created my label for this. And I have a really long ruffle.